Hey guys, Noel here, and it is Saturday night for another half an hour. And while family is asleep, I thought it would be fun to do a live stream for the Noel ComiX YouTube channel. We got our Tokyo Giants hat, we got our Yule log. We still don't have a camera stand anymore, so we're actually doing this old school. We're using a generic Nintendo and a baby chair to hold up our cell phone. Don't believe me? Here, this is actually our setup right here. Hey Akame, how's it going? So yeah, so the phone is resting on this, and the baby chair is elevating the camera. You got Resident Evil 2 going on one of the PBMs here, which will be our first thing that we're playing. You like Vinnie Mac? You back like Vinnie Mac? Yes. Why don't I rant about that? Hey Joel, how you doing, man? Do I watch Great Teacher Onizuka? Hell yes, I love that show. I am Great Teacher Onizuka, except I'm bald and don't have blonde hair, and I was never in the yakuza. So but yeah, other than that, I think I'm pretty much him. Um, word, yeah, I love GTO, and in fact, I do have. Hold on a second. Um, oh, I've got the Larkin CL Greatest Hits collection with the opening to GTO on it. So yeah, this is good stuff. This is from Tofu Records right here. So my favorite Rocky is Rocky 3. Um, I love all the Rockies. Rocky 5 was the most disappointing when it was out because I thought the plot was contrived and how they had Rocky lose his money. I think they were like trying to force authenticity, and it was kind of just like disappointing. But I've actually grown to like Rocky 5 more because it's not the final entry in the series. Yeah, Mr. T is, I think, the best Rocky villain, and I really liked the story in terms of how Rocky and Apollo teamed up. I thought it had a really interesting message about not becoming satisfied with yourself, like not plateauing. I mean, you want to take satisfaction in your accomplishments, but you don't want to stagnate. And yeah, for me, it's between 3 and 4. I would agree with. I think 4 had the best soundtrack, but 3 had the best story. I was actually really angry at Rocky 4 the first time I saw it because I loved Rocky 3 so much, and I was angry that they killed off Apollo. But after watching Rocky 4, if he dies, he dies. Yeah. After watching Rocky 4, I really did love the story. I mean, what clinched it for me was the training scene in Siberia. Actually, I remember like hearing that in the other room. I just had Rocky 4 on just to kind of have it on. I hadn't actually sat through the whole movie, and I heard the Hearts on Fire, and I was like, "What is that? That sounds like amazing." And then I watched it. I saw the training scene, and he ran up that mountain and screamed "Drago!" And I was just like, "All right, this movie's like actually really good." Um, Plus, I have a minor in Soviet history, and I actually am a fan of Mikhail Gorbachev. I'm kind of sad the empire fell apart underneath him. I would have rather it be reformed rather than dissolved and taken over by bloated, alcoholics like Boris Yeltsin, who need Bill Clinton to sabotage his, political system to rig it for him. But whatever. That's a rant for another time. but yeah, so Rocky 3 is my favorite because it's got the most satisfying story, and Eye of the Tiger is amazing. I love that painting of Rocky and Apollo at the end. But Rocky 4, because I love the surreal Cold War, 80s, over the top, everything, like from the Soviet Coliseum. The caricatures of Soviet and American excess were phenomenal. Like Drago, the utopia in a cage, the kind of utilitarian kind of military aesthetic. Soviet national anthem, and then Rocky, like the Las Vegas, girls in thongs, gaudy James Brown, just the two extremes, and then finding a meeting point in between them. That's really how the Cold War should have ended, quite frankly. But sadly, didn't end that way. And now we are where we are. But that's again a rant for another day. Yeah, but Rocky, I love all the Rockies. Rocky Five is actually particularly interesting because it's essentially the Mike Tyson Kevin Rooney story. Mike Tyson basically got seduced by Don King's, coke fueled celebrity culture, and he fired Kevin Rooney, who was his Catskill Boxing Club mentor after Customato died, and it was right after Kevin Rooney went out the door. Tyson's style started going down, and Tyson ended up defeating himself. So in Rocky Five, Rocky was functionally Kevin Rooney, Duke was Don King, and Tommy Morrison, Tommy Machine Gun was Mike Tyson. Although Tommy Morrison kind of fought like Mike Tyson in real life. Do I watch Wangan Midnight? I sadly have not. It sounds interesting. You have good taste in anime, so I'll have to check that out. So his international channel, For Life, stated, Vinnie Mac is back. You got WWE 2K22. Hey, Leo, how the hell are you, my friend? Good. I'm happy you have that. I'm looking forward to the new AEW Fight Forever game because word on the street is it's Kenny Omega and Ukes have been working to I guess try to make it play like WWF No Mercy or WCW NWO Revenge, depending on your preference. I'm more of a Revenge guy than a No Mercy guy. I think the aesthetic of No Mercy is actually kind of bland. I much prefer the aesthetics of WrestleMania 2000, WCW versus NWO World Tour, and WCW NWO Revenge. But everyone likes No Mercy because it's the most graphically complete one. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I mean, I'm a WCW fan over a WWF fan, but not No Mercy, WrestleMania 2000 has a really great look and gameplay to it. So I actually like WrestleMania 2000 more than No Mercy. But I do know people like the creative player on No Mercy, but I think the creative player on No Mercy is it's too complicated for me. But it's great if you want to get in the weeds. So teach their own. Um, so Vince McMahon's back. I'm not really surprised. I don't begrudge him the ability to come back. I don't care that the wrestling smarks don't get to have big budget NXT. That's why they've all got their panties in a bunch because they're all like they all like the NXT style wrestling, and they Triple H ran NXT, and he's bringing back all the NXT people that they all salivated over, and now Vince McMahon's going to come back, and I think he's going to end up taking over things again, which is his prerogative because he built that company. And I knew he was going to have a hard time staying gone because what is he going to do? Just die? Like, seriously, like when people get old and they're kind of forced to retire, like, there's two kinds of people, all right? There's people that want to spend their retirement on vacation, and what keeps them going is the relaxation, and they're able to basically be a teenage boy with no responsibilities forever and go play golf or whatever. But then there's another type of person, and that type of person is like my grandpa, like my mom, and like Vince McMahon, and it's the work that keeps them going, right? The need to be doing something in order to stay sharp, because if they don't, then they dull, and then once they dull, they start losing it. And my grandpa always said retirement's a death sentence, and that's why he worked until he was 93 and a half. And I'm not joking. He worked from 12 to 93 and a half. So Vince McMahon is going to come back, and he's just going to do whatever he wants to do. And I don't watch WWE regularly, so I really don't care. I think that him coming back is he's got the right to do it. And anyone who thought that they could just go back and think that WWE was the major leagues and they were gonna be able to have their cake and eat it too, and kind of just bail out of TNA, bail out of AEW, and think that they could go to the New York Yankees of pro wrestling and think that there was going to be the best of both worlds because Vince McMahon wasn't going to be there, but they could be in the WWE. They're stupid because the WWE is built in Vince McMahon's image. He rigged that whole company so that he would have say in it because he saw how Ted Turner got screwed out of WCW. Ted Turner was someone who did much more than wrestling, but he loved wrestling. And once Turner merged with AOL Time Warner, he was just basically put out to pasture and ended up, going into cognitive decline and being castrated and stuff like that. And Vince McMahon was going to be damned if that was going to happen to him. So he made sure that he cultivated a cult of personality. He was the emperor. He had a whole crew of lackeys, that whole company was built on, with him, at the head of it. And his son-in-law, his daughter, and people who he trusted are the people that took it over. And unless they want to stab him in the back and go through, and the thing is, like, people like Stephanie and Triple H, they wouldn't even be around if it wasn't for Vince McMahon. One, for their existence, and two, professionally. So I doubt that they're going to go, fuck their father over, when he's in the twilight of his existence. Although knowing Vince, he's probably gonna live till he's like 98. There's another kind of person that lives a long time. People who they're too mean to die, right? And that's actually kind of charming, Um, so yeah, the fanboys don't get to have high budget NXT, and I prefer AEW anyway. And I'm pissed off at the wrestlers who just thought they could go trot back to WWE and go, be Triple H's, sycophant, because now Triple H isn't going to be the guy in charge anymore, and I don't really care. So, I'm sorry to be negative, but it kind of bothers me when people try to get themselves fired to go trot back to WWE, only to find out that they're walking right back to the thing that they ran away from in the first place. So good. You get, if you want to be a con man, you deserve to get conned. Literally, because the bosses are Nick Khan and Tony Khan, depending on your company. So, on the topic of AEW, I don't know who saw the MJF Brian Danielson, kind of mic, their verbal sparring. That was hilarious. So like MJF comes out and he's saying like Brian Danielson is like, if somehow Dean Malenko and Lance Storm were able to procreate, their kid would be more charismatic than Brian Danielson. And that just because Brian Danielson looked like a goat doesn't mean that he was the greatest of all time, and that his mother couldn't find a human suitor. So, so she had sex with a goat, and like that was his existence. And then like Danielson was like, "Well, that's really funny because your mom had all these human suitors. In fact, many in this crowd were your human suitor. You over there, and it was just like really funny. And then MJF's like, yeah, you think you're funny, don't you? But I have the respect of real people in this industry. You have the respect of basement dwelling, smart mark journalist, bloodsuckers in their mother's basement. I have the respect of real industry leaders, people like Disco Inferno." It's just like I was falling out of my chair laughing, like Disco Inferno. I mean, like MJF like totally pays attention to the whole podcast, the wrestling podcast landscape, because he knows that like Disco Inferno, Eric Bischoff, and Jim Cornette are the ones that always like put him over and kind of troll on AEW. So it was really funny. And AEW had a great show out of Seattle last night. I mean, that crowd was like nuts. I mean, it was a very, very, very enjoyable show. And I'd actually missed the first part of it because I had come back from a gym workout and took a shower, and by the time I was able to settle down in my on the couch with Santino, like the show was already kind of like a half an hour in. So, um, more wrestling news. I don't know. Impact Wrestling just looks sad. Like, I was watching like Bully Ray, who's back, which is cool, and he's like having this verbal back and forth with Scott Demore, and it's like, dude, there's like nobody in the audience. I mean, I know like glass houses and stones. I see, according to my like viewer count right now, I have 4 people watching my live stream. I think there was probably about 20 people in the impact zone that time. So, I mean, that should be our goal. We should have more people on this live. If we can get as much people on this live stream as in an episode of Impact Wrestling, I will be happy. That's a reachable goal. And no, it's true. It's like, but I mean, there's lots of reasons for that decline. I mean, I think the show itself is fine. It's just that they've just fallen so much because of mismanagement and just a whole host of things. And there's lots of blame to go around, including blame from the dirt sheet writers who just shit on that company relentlessly. And just kind of, I mean, Eric Bischoff always complains about how he doesn't like the Wrestling Observer because he saw the amount of damage that it did to different wrestlers and different wrestling companies, and he's right. I mean, TNA. I don't know how much damage it did to AWA when Eric was there, but I mean, definitely TNA. They couldn't catch a break. I mean, they were shit on relentlessly by Meltzer and the Sparks, and now it is what it is. They got a bunch of indie talent, working a crowd of 15 people in a blacked out studio, and there's no reaction to anything, and they get all these big reactions I mean, from the internet, but no one is there to actually, add an audience or to the show because they've just been driven so far down. And, I had a whole video kind of bitching out Eric Bischoff because of how little he understood TNA, how little he respected TNA, and how much he didn't even understand what he did in WCW in order to save money. Like he would constantly like shit on TNA for being done in a studio. He's like, oh, it's like worldwide with more jobbers. Is basically what he called it on his podcast. But then he was also the one that said to save money, he took WCW off the road and into a studio, especially when it came to like house shows and stuff. Yeah, NXT's not beating AEW. Definitely not after that Seattle show. And Eric Bischoff is he's a con man. He's a worker. Like he knows that he's trying to like siphon off on that audience that listens to wrestling podcasts that hates AEW because they're just Jim Cornette sycophants and Jim Cornette's an angry, bitter loser, just like them. Cornette's unemployable because he's got anger issues, and he'll just torture. I mean, Jim Cornette is entertaining, and he knows a lot about wrestling, but he doesn't have a healthy composure at all, and he's verbally and mentally abusive, and he has a pervy vibe, which is it's not anything. I mean, like I'm not gonna like hold that against them, but he just comes off as kind of creepy, and like effeminate. Like he is someone who acts tough, but when Santino Marella like squared up to him at a wrestling at the lobby of a wrestling show, like Jim Cornette starts like screaming for security, and then like when security gets in between him, then he starts like trying to like cuss out Santino Marella. It's like you're such a scumbag, dude. Like, I don't know. But I mean, I don't know. Like I respect Jim Cornette's knowledge and his storytelling abilities and stuff like that, but he cultivates an audience that based on hating AEW. And he's also delusional about CM Punk. I mean, I think it would be cool if CM Punk came back to AEW, but he acts like CM Punk is this badass, and it's just he's not. And he constantly like shits all over Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, and like I don't understand why, because I mean, Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, like, uh, they're very entertaining, talented wrestlers. So I don't get Cornette's hatred of them, but NXT is uh, I've tried to watch it. It's much more boring than Dynamite. And then Bischoff was funny because he's like, "Well, like AEW is not competing with WWE," and then like Conrad's like, "They are." Because WWE put NXT the same night as AEW, like WWE came after AEW, So, but I think Bischoff is probably also jealous of Tony Khan. I didn't know the NXT AW War was back on when Bischoff said that. um, is it back on? No, that's not right. They moved. No, that's not right. They put Impact, and that's not right. I'm wrong. NXT's still on Tuesday. NXT's on Tuesday. So Bischoff is wrong, and I'm wrong from. So originally there was a war that NXT and AEW were competing with each other, and then AEW beat the shit out of them, and they kind of retreated to Tuesday nights. So that's what's going on. But I don't know. Apparently, but like the optics were better for WWE when Triple H was in charge because he was rehiring all these people, but now the optics are better for AEW now because they've had some really phenomenal dynamites and now Vince McMahon is back. So, whatever you can like whatever wrestling that you like. That's fine. I just think that the the I guess more scummy aspects of professional wrestling, where I don't know, everyone's just trying to manipulate each other and trying to walk out on their contracts and stuff like that because I don't know, they're just dishonest. I find that just annoying. No matter what company you work for, you should honor your contracts. The only situation where I would be in favor of letting someone out of their contract, I think Tony Khan was cool with Steven Regal when he let him go back to WWE to go train his son. I think that was nice of him. Um, and I definitely think that Vince McMahon should have let Owen Hart out of his contract after he, screwed Bret Hart over at Survivor Series. But in general, if you got a contract, honor your contract. If you're on a handshake deal and you don't have a contract, that's something else. But like Rick Rude walking out and hopping, going from Raw to Nitro in the same night, that was phenomenal. So anyway, I digress. I'm thinking we're gonna play some Resident Evil 2 to start us off. Um, I am right nearing the end of the Leon A story. I've beaten Claire A, Leon B. Now I'm right at the end of Leon A, and then I'll have to go to Claire B, and then I will have beaten all the scenarios on Resident Evil 2. So yeah, there's that. Cool. I'm trying to think if there's anything else interesting to talk about. I've been watching a lot of Sakura Stardust's YouTube channel. She's kind of like Kenny Lauderdale, but a girl. And she's not as funny as Kenny Lauderdale, but she covers some really interesting topics. So I've been enjoying her YouTube channel. Recently, I actually just uploaded a video on the channel called like the song on the tape I found in Akihabara. Yeah, she's good. She's good. You'll like her. She does lost media videos. She's got kind of a cute aesthetic to her. Sometimes she wears like windbreakers and stuff. Um, like I mean, Kenny is more polished. Like, like Kenny Lauderdale is, probably the most entertaining guy on YouTube. Like he's really funny. I mean, I personally the YouTuber I respect the most is GTV, the guy Jillionaire. He does GTV Japan. He does these great He lives in Japan. He does documentary videos about just stuff that I love. He's I consider him an online acquaintance. He comments on some of my videos. I've had chats with him on Facebook Messenger for quite a while. He's a good friend that I've met on the internet, and his videos are phenomenal quality. Um, I mean, I always say that he's my favorite YouTuber, and I mean that. Um, but Kenny Lauderdale is just, I don't know, dude. The stuff that he finds and the way that he talks about it is just, I make a beeline to his videos whenever I see that he uploads something. So, but Sakura Stardust, she covers some similar stuff. She's got some good videos on the Nintendo 64 disk drive. She's got a good video on a song that I just uploaded called like the tape I found in Akihabara, which is, kind of like the most mysterious song on the internet, but Japanese. But we all know the most mysterious song in Japan is the 1989 Game Boy commercial song from Japan with the guy who sounds like Gary Newman. Not Gary Newman, Randy Newman. Gary Newman did Cars, right? Here in my car, da da. It doesn't sound like that. He sounds like Randy Newman, like but better. I don't know. So, who is Baihan? I don't know. Baihan? Bihan? Do you know who Baihan is? I don't. Is it? I don't know. Like, like I could make a joke about Han Solo being bisexual, but I'm not going to. Actually, I just did. So there we go. I don't know. So, um, that horrible fan fiction where they shipped Han and Chewie together. I don't know. So it's not. So anyway. So, actually, Sakura Stardust did a whole video on like this famous fan fiction website. So yeah, another YouTuber I like too is Satoshi Matrix. He's good. I actually was chatting with him. So a lot of my live streams, well, it sounds like an I, but it's Bihan. I don't know who Bihan is. What? Who is it? Is it a wrestler? Is it a YouTuber? Is it a Chinese pop star? Um, Obviously, there's a YouTuber in the chat right here that I would be remiss. You all need to check out International Channel for Life's YouTube channel because he not only is a cool guy, but he has maybe not the quantity of International Channel VHS content that I have, but he's got some quality International Channel VHS content and just some random cool stuff. And also, Kenny Lauderdale has commented on some of International Channel 4 Life's videos. So he's definitely got me beat in that regard. So definitely all of you go sub to International Channel 4 Life. Someone who understands the awesomeness of the International Channel and may or may not have been an extra on Generation X Dramatic Comedy Money. So yeah, there you go. The show where Filipino and Singapore 20 somethings are, you know, living the city life, so yeah, in Singapore, so it's less annoying than, like, I don't know, some show about yuppies in America. Uh you're actually above Kenny in my book. Wow, I am honored. I am honored. That is a high praise from the I channel, man. Um, yeah, I actually took it as a high compliment when you watched my live stream over Kenny's. Actually, my favorite guy to watch live stream is a guy called Vink. And I actually talked to Satoshi Matrix on Vink's live stream today. So Vink is one of two guys who composes, or I guess I could say comprises, Famicom Dojo. The other is Sean Orange, and they were an early YouTube channel. Like, Bihan is Sub Zero. Bihan is Sub Zero. Interesting, interesting. Nice, nice, nice. That does sound right, actually. Um, Famicom Dojo was basically like a kind of 2000s First, I don't think it was on YouTube at first. I think it was on a website, and then they put those web videos on YouTube, and they just talked about the Famicom, basic stuff about the Famicom, AC adapters, its hardware, games, stuff like that. And it was very entertaining. And so Vink, one of the guys, like lives in Japan now, and he's just like a cool nerdy guy that sells a bunch of video games. And I liked the format of his live streams, and it kind of inspired me to use the format that I'm using now. I mean, my game room is better than his, but his game collection is better than mine. So, um, so it's basically him, talking to his friends, and he's got like one TV, and he just basically like abs random, games from his online store and plays them. It's actually it's his channel's how I found out about that strip rock paper scissor game, Yakukan special. So he plays just kind of random stuff and just kind of chats with the people, and he's got a cool group of people in his chat. Not as cool as you guys though. But yeah, he's a cool guy. I'm actually surprised his channel doesn't have more subs, but Famicom Dojo is like the main channel he's a part of. So yeah, so but anyway, he live streamed today on Saturday morning, which was like 2 in the morning. He's like me. He's a guy with kids, so he ends up streaming like late on Saturday nights. So I think by the time he signed off, it was like 3 a.m. Japanese time. Leo is very cool, right? Absolutely, he is. Not only evidenced by the amount of sunglasses emojis he did, I can attest personally to the fact that Leo is just a generally cool guy. Um, so that Sakura Stardust channel I was talking about, who had that mysterious Japanese song, a lot of people say it's creepy. It's this like kind of cool city pop song, but talks about like, I don't know, dead leaves falling off trees or something like that. So and like nobody knows who sings it. Actually, Kenny Lauderdale commented on the video of that, and it's always funny when Kenny Lauderdale pops up in comment sections because you see his Machan avatar, and so Kenny's like, one quote, "What's your favorite song?" And the other one's like, so or like, "Who sings your favorite song?" And he's like, "I don't know." So, because no one knows who sings, no one even knows the name of this song. It's just some song on a tape that this guy found in Aki Hopper that sounds pretty interesting. So, okay, so speaking of creepy, let's enter the world of survival horror, and hopefully we have some good luck. I've got Game Shark giving me enhanced health and infinite shotgun ammo, so I think I'll be okay. But even with that, Resident Evil is still pretty challenging. I find Resident Evil much more relaxing to play with Game Shark, and I really needed Game Shark in order to kind of get my feet underneath me because it took me a minute to learn tank controls. Now I understand them and I feel pretty comfortable with them, but like before, like when I first played Resident Evil 1, it's like I couldn't walk at all. I had like no weapons. I was being eaten by zombies, and it was just hard. So, but the Game Shark helped me scaffold my way up to, you know, being able to complete my. I'm getting ready to finish off the second episode of Resident Evil here. So I've got a stack of manga in front of this monitor. So let's see if we got enough manga on here. Straighten up our phone here, like so. I think that's going to do it just right here. You're playing 2K22? Nice. It's actually really funny. When I drive to school in the morning, some kid's parent has an Umbrella Corporation sticker on the back of his car. So that kid's awesome. I don't know who it is, but the kid's got cool parents. So I still don't know if I like. I don't know if I like 2 better than. I think I like 1 better than 2, but I really like 2. I like 1 better, but I don't know. Two's very good. You have once again stepped into the world of survival horror. Good luck. Leon's cool because he's got my name backwards. Anything over here? Oh, what do we got? I don't really need that. It's like a red plant. Okay. Anything interesting here? Let's walk through this door. I think there's things I need to kill here. Yep. Hi, buddy. Thriller in the night. You're a tough one here. I still want to make that Full House zombie comic called Full House of the Dead, where like it's just an episode of Full House where everyone's like functioning perfectly, but you know there's like zombies, and it's just like the way to survive a zombie apocalypse is just not to be an asshole. I hear like another zombie in here. Yeah, he's over there. Oh, there's a couple of them here. Will you take the lab card key? Yes, I will. You just defeated almost. Nice. Looks like a machine used for vaccine research. That will be useful for Claire. Nothing else in here, right, that I need to do? I've got the new version of this on Xbox One, but I really love the pre-rendered backgrounds, and as much as I complained about the tank controls at first, like, I don't know if I want to play Resident Evil without them. I've got Resident Evil 4. Everyone says that's like such a phenomenal game. I kind of want to play 3 just because I want to be able to play as Jill again in a miniskirt. The reason I like 1 the best is because of these freaking weird ass things here. I really like the live actors. Nothing unsettling about this room here. Damn it! Get off of me, you stupid ass moth. Come on, come on. Did that do it? Yeah. I have to aim very carefully and not destroy the computer. Will you open the computer? Yeah, sure. My username is guest. Wait, I spelled that wrong. No. I never said my spelling was good. Very approximative about things. Simone says, wait, what? Oh, Simon says, do it. Destroy the computer now. my I have to have my this computer working so I can go around this facility and save my friends. There's a mysterious kind of sexy Chinese girl named Ada who is a spy, but she likes me, and she was trying to help her. This guy she ended up falling in love with, and he ended up turning into a zombie. And then Claire, who's super cool, she's Chris Redfield's brother, and she's trying to help this girl out, whose dad is a psycho zombie monster who's trying to kill us all. So and her mom is a piece of work too. This game's got evil academics pegged. Alrighty. Should I save? I probably don't need to. Yeah, why not? I always, encourage my students to be thorough. I've got 4 ink ribbons. Why not use one? In the B scenario for Leon, there was this cool, creepy zombie guy in a trench coat called Mr. X. It's constantly popping in and attacking you. Did I play any of the Resident Evil remakes? No, I haven't. I've got 2. I like using Game Shark on these games. I know it sounds stupid, but these games are much more relaxing and fun with Game Shark. I'm sure they probably made 2 more accessible. The remake. I'm interested to try it, but I don't know. I like the original so much. I heard the remake to 3 was bad, but everyone says the remake to 2 is good, but probably not as good as the original. Have you played any of the remakes, man? This one guy was complaining about how they kind of turned Jill Valentine into this angry feminist in Resident Evil 3. Whereas in the original PlayStation one, she was this pretty girl on a date who was very capable when it came to military matters, I have to go kill this evil plant here. And I don't know. Now she's this empowered woman in jean shorts, and she's just swearing and angry all the time. Not jean shorts, jeans. I don't know. She sleeps in jeans and combat boots and wields giant rocket, not even rocket launchers. She wields nuclear laser guns, and I don't know, it's just stupid, but but I haven't played it myself, so I can't really comment, but it didn't look great. Survival horror is not my thing. I didn't think it was my thing either, but I'll tell you. Once I got into Resident Evil 1, it was really fun. But again, and they're more. I find them really fun with the Game Shark because it kind of passes out anything that you could be considered annoying in terms of its difficulty. Not even annoying, but just maybe annoying is the right word. Backtracking or feeling you've unfairly run out of weapons. When I take the first aid spray. Not right now. Hi, buddy. Turn this light on here. The other thing too is that like I feel like with these fixed camera angles and music and ambiance and I feel like the remakes are gonna kind of miss some of that charm or that suspense or that unsettling feeling, you know, like I feel like it's just gonna be more like I don't know, like blah, you know, it's not gonna have like a kind of a relaxing, tense vibe, if that makes sense. I feel it's just gonna be like action, which I guess is not a bad thing, but I don't know. These games are very well paced in terms of their methodology. The closest thing you probably Parasite Eve. I love that game.
You murdered my husband. I know what you're looking for. You came for the G virus, didn't you? You'll never take it from me. This is my husband's legacy. Now, where's that spy you were working with earlier? You know who I'm talking about.
What?
You really don't know anything, do you? You're so gullible. She's one of the operatives sent here by the agency. The only reason why she came here is to obtain the G virus.
That's a lie.
No, it's the truth. I discovered this when I did a background check on her. She specifically got close to John and became his girlfriend to get information about Umbrella.
Can't be. I know her. Ada wouldn't do something like that.
If you don't want to believe it, I don't really care. You're about to die anyway. What happened?
That was funny. I've got the G virus. That's new.
The self-destruct sequence has been activated.
Oh,
Repeat,
crap.
The self-destruct sequence has been activated. This sequence may not be aborted. All employees proceed to the emergency car at the bottom platform.
I better get moving here. Alright, let's go get Ada. You know what survival horror game I really want to play? Deep Fear on the Saturn. I don't know if that ever got an American release. If it did, it had no advertising. Ada. Parasite Eve is such a great game. I love that game. Where is she? Alright, time to save here. Do I need anything in here? I think I'm probably good. I got 2 spaces to spare. You never know when you need a belt handle. I will save with my ink ribbon. I also really want to play Code Veronica, which is basically the sequel to this game, which was made on the It was made for the Dreamcast, but you know, they had to basically put it. They had to make Code Veronica not be Resident Evil 3 because You know, I guess they had an agreement. Capcom had an agreement with Sony that they put 3 Resident Evils on the PlayStation, and they had to be like the numerical ones. So. None of that spin-off stuff. So the Jill spin-off became 3, and Code Veronica became Code Veronica. Or 3 became Code Veronica. I guess that's how it worked. I have such a terrible sense of directions. Alright, nothing in here. You know it's the end of the game when there's a screaming self-destruct sequence. You know another reason, I mean, I love this game, don't get me wrong. But another reason why I think I like 1 a little better than 2. Although 2, if you're going to make a sequel to a game, Resident Evil 2 is a textbook way to do it. I don't know, the mansion it made more sense to have the mansion be...
Leon.
Ada.
I've been waiting for you, Leon.
What are you doing?
You know what this is about. So just hand over the G virus.
This is new.
I don't believe this. Annette was right. About everything.
That's why I told you to leave without me, but you wouldn't listen. Now hand it over. Don't make me shoot you.
You can't do that.
What?
Ada! Ada, I've got you. Don't give up.
Leon, it's over.
No, don't let go.
Let me go.
Shut up. You're gonna make it.
It's too late, Leon. We both know it.
No. I promised you that we would escape. You just have to help me out here.
Come on, Ada.
I
Pull your weight here.
really wanted to escape with me, Leon. Escape from everything. Goodbye.
No. Oh, darn it.
Ada!
Poor Leon. Leon's cool.
No. So, this is what everyone's been dying for.
Can I take this gun? Ah, there's no rounds in it. What made her do that? Ah, screw it. I'm not gonna shoot her. I probably should. Okay. Let's go down the ladder. Yeah, those skinless zombies are pretty tough. Ah, get off me, dude. Ammo disc. Where's Claire?
Minutes until detonation.
Oh, sweet mother of mercy. What the? Yeah, it's a good thing I did save. How do I get out of here? Oh, wait, there's a little button here. Is this Sherry's dad? Yeah, it is. Run, 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 run. Did I get him? Oh, sorry, that wasn't his final form. Damn it. Did I get him? Yes? Okay. Alright, wrong button. Wish I had a better sense of direction, because, you know, there's a bomb that's gonna go off here. Go, 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 go. Oh, goody, the train. There's Claire.
Leon!
Leon, he's such a cool guy.
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
It's over. No. I have to find my brother.
You're right. This is just the beginning. Goodbye, Ada.
All right, so that was looks like Leon A scenario right there. So now, if you want the second half of the story, we play through with Claire. I mean, I do like the, anime computer graphics, for the cutscenes, but I don't know. I like the live actors better. I mean, especially considering that Romero actually directed the commercial for Resident Evil 2. So I think it would have been pretty cool to have those actors actually play Chris and Claire in the game. But, I do like the CG effects as well, so. But they don't quite have the charm. I mean, no one's trying to. I mean, people are still trying to track down Inez, because of how well she played Jill Valentine. So, I guess the actor who voiced Leon Kennedy passed away, sadly. So, Claire's voice actress was good. This game also has a nice soundtrack, but it does not have as good a soundtrack as the first Resident Evil. That's got that, it's got some nice J-pop for the closing credits. So, Shinji Mikami. Justin Wang has definitely used this music in his videos. Nice artwork here. Congratulations! Another great thing about the first Resident Evils. This is where you get the pictures of the actors. It's like, here's Inez in a jeans ad, right? All right. Well, why don't we load up Claire scenario B? So we'll just go to our shelf right here. And underneath Nights into Dreams Christmas Edition, we have Resident Evil 2. A nice advertisement for Breath of Fire 3. No. Oh, I should load up the Claire codes here. The discs on these games are very pretty. Probably showed that before, but here's Leon. And here's Claire Bear. Okay, where's my Game Shark at? Dude, where the hell did it go? I just had it here. Hold on. Where did my Game Shark go? I need my Game Shark. Oh, it's right here. Put it on the arcade cabinet. Okay. This product is not licensed by Sony. Ha ha ha. Alright. Claire. Yeah. Start game with selected codes. Now it's funny that you mentioned Parasite Eve, because my Parasite Eve is from Buy Right Games, and it's got a scratch on the back of it. It doesn't quite work. It works until it doesn't. But I did download Parasite Eve on the PS3, and that's actually how I beat the game. The opening to this game actually kind of reminds me a little bit of Darkstalkers 3. Claire B. That's what I want.
In the midst of the T-virus outbreak in Raccoon City, Leon Kennedy succeeded in escaping from the city following his encounter with one of the only other survivors, a woman named Ada, a spy seeking the deadly G-virus. However,
Ada!
Leon was not the sole survivor of the incident. A girl named Claire Redfield was in town on business of her own. She came to uncover the mysterious circumstances of her brother's disappearance. Chris Redfield, a member of the STARS Alpha team. Only now, her mission has become quite simple. Basic survival within the nightmare that was once Raccoon City.
All right. So I saw Sonic 2, the movie, yesterday. It was really good. And the coffee shop that Robotnik's lackey works at is called the Mean Bean. So that's good stuff.
I'm finally here.
You know, like the Mean Bean machine?
Guy's a maniac. Why'd he bite me?
Hello? Is anyone here? Hello? Hello? Look, I'm sorry I bothered you, okay? Just don't come any closer. Are you listening? Wait! Don't shoot!
Get down! We can't stay out here. Head to the police station. It'll be a lot safer.
Yeah, Leon, rookie cop.
There!
So according to Wang, Leon's name was supposed to be Grant Bittman in its early planning stages. I see like a
What's going on?
version of this game where some bad
And the
guy's
whole
like,
place went insane.
Granto, Nani,
You're a cop,
Granto,
right?
Bituma.
Yeah, first day on the job. Great, huh? Name's Leon Kennedy. Nice to meet you.
Mine's Claire. Claire Redfield. I came to find my brother, Chris.
Hey, could you open the glove box?
Sure. There's a gun inside.
Better take it with you.
Oh,
You okay?
there goes that guy.
Still in one piece.
Looks like a zombie version of Eric from Boy Meets World. That guy looks like a zombie version from the truck driver to WCW versus NWO Revenge. You know, at the start, like the guy who sees Sting and he's like, what? Well, now we know what happened to him. He got bitten, became a zombie, and then drove a truck, and it blew up, and now it's separating
Head to the
Claire and
station.
Leon.
I'll meet you there.
Okay.
At the same time, at the same place. You have to survive this nightmare to know the true end. Da-da. Grenade launcher, that works for me. Get off of me. Run, 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 run. It's locked. This guy got a key on him. Looks like he doesn't. Anything? Ooh, here we go. Will I take the cabin key? Yes, I will. Anything else of interest? Water bottles? I don't know. This key's useless to me now. It's too bad because Claire really liked her top. It looked good. That nice, like, 90s aesthetic. Tank top and high jean shorts.
Hey! Get over here! Hurry!
I can't set her down. I'll drop you a rope ladder. Grab onto it.
Come on. Just a little more. Get off me! Stay back! Don't come any closer! Stay back!
That's not gonna end well. Look, the important thing is the zombies got killed too. Only I had a valve handle. Okay, in the police station. Get off of me, you stupid crows. Where is it? Anyway, got them all. He's been pecked to death. It's a very satisfying sound. You unlocked it. I'm gonna guess we got zombie cops eating donuts in here. Oh, there's the water valve. Any more? Nah. Ooh, ink ribbon. Don't mind if I do. Typewriter. Bookshelf. I got nothing here. Okay. Into the double doors. Whoa. Damn it. Ah, jeez. Get off me, damn it. I like to, like, back myself against the wall and then start blasting, you know? Took out a lot of guys in Metal Gear Solid 3 that way. Even though that game was supposed to be a stealth game. I just held up inside a bathroom stall and, like, took out a whole Soviet battalion. I should probably save in here. Ooh, a shotgun. I got a shotgun. Ooh, grenade launcher. I already got a grenade launcher, though. Yeah, what the hell, I'll take it. Need a card key. I will take the ink ribbon. What are your top 5 PS1 games? Well, let me save, and then we'll have this discussion. Okay, let's talk. Okay, top 5 PS1 games. That is a good question. Number 1 is Final Fantasy VII. That's a given. I love Final Fantasy VII. It's arguably my favorite video game ever. It was my first Japanese role-playing game. I think its advertising campaign was like nothing that had ever been seen before in the United States. The final boss is iconic. The drama of the cutscenes, the charm of the polygonal graphics, and the beauty of the pre-rendered backgrounds, and just the general character design and story is phenomenal. Numero uno, Xenogears, another really, really good one. That game is probably the best written game that I've ever played. It's a beautiful game. It's got lots of cool philosophical and religious themes. It blends 2D cell animation and the kind of 3D graphics that the PlayStation excels at really well. It starts off for like the first, I don't know, few hours as like a pretty standard RPG, and then it gets nuts and it gets really good. So let's see. I'm not going to put Chrono Trigger on this list because Chrono Trigger is really more of a Super Nintendo game. You know, if we're sticking with RPGs, you're always tempted to say Chrono Cross, which I do love that game, but it's not as good as Chrono Trigger. I'm going to say for my number 3, I would go with Marvel vs. Capcom on the PlayStation. I played the hell out of that game on the summer of 1999, 2000. I love that game. I didn't have the Dreamcast version, so I played the PlayStation one, played the hell out of the PlayStation version. The PlayStation version actually has easier unlockable characters, more colors for the characters. It doesn't have the tag battle mode, but it's still a great game. Street Fighter Alpha uh, is the greatest, arguably the greatest 2D fighting game ever. I'm gonna have a hard time narrowing this down to just 5 games. But definitely Street Fighter Alpha 3. That's another game I played the hell out of. And it's got great music. The gameplay is amazing. It's the best Street Fighter game. It's got the best roster of Street Fighter characters. It does a beautiful job of incorporating the Street Fighter animated movie into the video games. And just the artwork's awesome. Sexy girls, cool guys, great gameplay, great artwork, dynamic artwork, the exaggerated perspective on like the winning credit scenes and stuff like that's just amazing. Um, okay. I'm gonna go for my 5th game, and I don't know if I'd really want to limit it to just 5. But if I'm just doing my personal 5, I really feel like I have to include WCW versus the World, because it was my first PlayStation game, and I got it on the Christmas of '97, and it was the first. I was used to, wrestling video games that did like the real like the nice like the Sega Genesis wrestling games, which are really good, but that was a whole other dimension, literally, in game, in terms of like the polygons and then also the expanded move sets and just the crazy roster of characters. And the soundtrack was amazing. The gameplay was great. And I had so much fun. I remember one day I was sick. I actually, I don't know if I was sick or if my elderly cousin died, and I stayed home and I beat the story mode on Versus the World, and I got the closing credits. And I just remember how powerful that closing credits music was. Plus, Hulk Hogan's my hero, and you could play as That was the first game that allowed you to play the red and yellow Hulk Hogan versus the villainous Hollywood Hulk Hogan. So yeah, there's off top of my head my top 5. Now, I really also need to include Final Fantasy 8, Final Fantasy 9, and Evil Zone to that list as well as Chrono Cross. Um, so yeah, I mean I can't really limit it to just 5, but if you're asking me my personal 5, if I had to grab 5 games to take with me to a desert island or something like that, I would probably take those ones. Final Fantasy VII, Xenogears, Street Fighter Alpha 3, Marvel vs. Capcom, and WCW versus the World, but I really would also want to take Final Fantasy VIII, Final Fantasy IX, and Chrono Cross and Evil Zone as well. Evil Zone is such an underrated game. That game's so fun because it's got you know uh, like each character's story is its own anime series, which is like super cool. I mean, obviously, I love Resident Evil 1 and 2. I've not had the privilege to play Resident Evil 3 because I've only kind of recently gotten into the genre. But I've always liked Resident Evil. I just never really got into playing the games until I discovered all the interesting stuff about the search for the actors of the first game and just the Japanese music and commercials and stuff like that. So imagine watching a video of the best 100 video games and Evil Zone is at the top of the list. Evil Zone is awesome, dude. That game has got really interesting controls. If I'm going to mention Evil Zone, I got to mention Rival Schools as well. If we're talking quality 3D fighters on the PlayStation. But I do love me Evil Zone. That game, dude, I gotta show you some. I mean, I'm sure I've showed you this stuff before, but I'll show you again. I'll show you what an Evil Zone fan I am here. Hold on. Where is it? Okay. So, I have in my possession, hold on. Don't go away. We're just grabbing some stuff here. Okay. So, I actually bought Evil Zone at Ames, which was a store. I don't know if they had Ames in other parts of the country, but we had in upstate New York. But Ames had weird games that you didn't tend to see in other parts of the of like Walmart and stuff. Like Ames just had they had like Star Gladiator on the Dreamcast, Evil Zone, Tales of Destiny, just good games, but random games that you wouldn't see in other places were the kind of stuff that you'd find at Ames, and Evil Zone was one of those. So yeah, Evil Zone. Now, I not only have, I actually have 2 copies of Evil Zone. I have the Japanese, I have 2 American copies, and then I also have the Japanese version, the Japanese voice actors, which is, good. Evil Zone was made by Ukes, which is making the new AEW game. So, we talked about that earlier. I have an Evil Zone radio drama, which I have uploaded in full on the YouTube channel with original artwork by yours truly. And then I also have the Evil Zone soundtrack. So, yeah. So there's some cool Evil Zone stuff. We have played through Chris's ending on Resident Evil. Do you want... I'm fine to keep playing Resident Evil, but do you want to play Evil Zone? Is that something that the audience would want to play? See some Dan Zyvar. See Errol. We can compare and contrast the Japanese and American voice actors. Since we are playing Resident Evil, we're playing games that have very bold Japanese English voice actors. So the English does not sound natural to a native speaker, but it sounds super cool to someone from Japan because English words are being boldly spoken. So, I don't know. What do you guys want to do? You want Evil Zone or more Resident Evil? I don't care. I'll be democratic about this. While you guys are deciding, I'll go grab some coffee in my daughter's high chair. Goo goo gaga. Hot cup of JoJo. If you want to keep playing Resident Evil, but you can play Evil Zone too. I'm just curious to see here. All right, we'll hear the Japanese voice actors. Wakamoto is the narrator. Let me just make sure I just saved here on Resident Evil. I just want to make sure my save file is right. Yeah, I'm in the hall. Okay. Okay, let's play some Evil Zone. Kiss in the Dark. The Japanese version's way better opening credits to it. All right, Claire, we will see you in the near future. All right. Okay, so here is the Japanese version of Evil Zone. Now, the voice acting in the Japanese version is less charming, but much more natural, so it doesn't sound like a bunch of crazy people. Okay, our PlayStation's acting a little wonky donkey. I had my PlayStation modded by one of my good friend's dads in 1999. He actually also cleaned out this PVM, which according to him has about 3 years to live, but we'll see. I don't know, the back of this disc looks pretty good. You should become a voice actor. Oh, I would love to be a voice actor. I would absolutely love to be a voice actor. That would be a dream job of mine, no question. If this has a hard time, we'll put this on the PS2. Dude, what is up with you? Alright, hang on a second here. There's like no scratches on the back of this thing. Is there? I don't know. I don't think so. Hopefully the laser's not going on this. I mean, this PlayStation's well over 20 years old, but then again, so is everything, so. I mean, it's a Japanese disc. That's probably why it's having a bit of an issue reading it. Let me do a little experiment here. Let's see if it plays the American one. I'm going to play the Japanese one, even if I put this on the PS2. But I just want to make sure things are... darn it. I have like multiple copies of Evil Zone. So, I grabbed the American version that doesn't have a disc in the jewel case. I mean, this was just playing Resident Evil, so this... I think this is just having issues, because for whatever reason, it's having a hard time reading a Japanese disc. Just for shits and giggles. Let's see if this loads Dead or Alive 1 okay. We will play Evil Zone, but let me just check out Dead or Alive 1, see if that plays okay. Ooh, Kasumi. Set your age to 99 to see the ultimate in boob physics. That loaded the CD player. For some reason, this is having a hard time reading import games, and I don't know why. Because these games are not scratched up on the back. They look pretty good. Okay. Before I switch these to the PS2, and the only reason I'm being a little hesitant to hook this to the PS2 is because this literally is my setup for streaming that PVM. because my old camera stand broke during one of our old live streams. I'm going to grab one of my glasses cleaning cloths, and man, it's almost 1 o'clock. And just kind of very gently wipe down the back of the discs just to make sure they're okay. But we know this plays CDs okay. We just beat Resident Evil 2 with it, so. See if that does the trick. I don't know if Serafina accidentally, like, grabbed it, or I don't know. Okay. Okay. PS2 time. All right, here we go. So, let's see. We'll put this on the high chair, and we'll drag the high chair over hang on. Ooh, to one of these two monitors here. Hold on. It is a little annoying that PlayStation is having a hard time reading import games. Okay, just adjust you like so. And this PVM actually has better picture than the other one. I mean, they're both good, but this PVM is in like got pristine picture, and the other one is it's really good, but this one looks like it came right out of the box. Okay, is anything in there? I believe I was watching Neon Genesis Evangelion on RGB through my PS2, so my PS2 DVD player. Okay, so we're gonna put in Evil Zone. Well, that loaded up like immediately. If you had an upscaler, would you use it, or do you want to capture the original if possible? That's a good question. I think it would be interesting to have two options, I guess. So Cell is the narrator to this game. I guess the ultimate would have an upscaler on a PVM. I love this song so much. This was cut out of the American version. The good thing about the Japanese version is they leave Errol in a thong. They don't put stupid leggings on. So, I mean, each character is like a trope from a different type of anime that would have been popular in the 90s. Danzevar is my favorite. I'd say probably like Danzevar, Errol, and Setsuna the best. I have this whole song on my channel with fan art. I actually have a fan art of the Atari Jaguar infomercial, The Cave, and it's playing this song, Kiss in the Dark. So, because the video is about like a guy and a pretty girl in a cave. And some guy acting like Jim Carrey selling Atari Jaguars. It was an awesome infomercial. If you haven't seen The Cave, you need to check it out. Here we go. It's been a while. So in the American version, rather than go Danzai Bostel, it goes like and Danzai Burst. Both are good in their own ways. Sucks they never made a sequel. You got that right. Danzai Bar is so cool. Okay, gotta remember these controls here. Okay, there's one attack button, and the direction is different attacks. Darn it, what's the charge? I don't remember. There it is. Okay. Okay, here we go. I got him. Alright. I was actually going for my super move, but... Hey, Nintendo 70, we're playing some Evil Zone in Japanese. We beat Resident Evil 2 with Leon and started with Claire, and then International Channel asked me what are my top 5 PlayStation games, and I was talking about Evil Zone, and then like we just started talking and decided we were going to play it. So, and you wanted to see the Japanese version with the voice actors, so. It does look like VR Troopers. This is Danzai Var, the metal hero of Evil Zone. So this game is each character is an anime trope, and each their story mode is like their own little series. So each fight is an episode of their anime. So Leo, who always plays WWE games, Ukes used to make the WWE game, and they made this game as well. Now, if only they made a wrestling game with this fighting engine. Ah, darn it. Desperation move. Got him. All right. Come on, get him, get him. That's got it. This is over. Denzai Busto. Crash Bandicoot 2, Rival Schools, Street Fighter EX plus Alpha. That's a good list. I had Final Fantasy VII, Xenogears, Marvel vs. Capcom, Street Fighter Alpha 3, and WCW vs. the World. But I was saying I might have to swap one WCW vs. the World for Evil Zone, and I also needed to have Final Fantasy 8, Final Fantasy 9, and Chrono Cross as well. So it's kind of hard to choose, but my top 5 was Final Fantasy 7, Xenogears, Marvel vs. Capcom, Street Fighter Alpha 3, and WCW vs. the World. But I don't know if that's a definitive list or not, because again, Evil Zone, Chrono Cross, Final Fantasy 8, and Final Fantasy 9 are essentials for me on the PlayStation. All right, here we have the true good guy versus the true bad guy. We have a demonic heavy metal guy possessed by an evil sword. Tekken 3 is also very good. My Christmas was good. How was yours? This guy's got good music. Ugh. Come on, Dan Savar, move. Oh, crap. Just got him. That's it. You know it's the knockdown when they do the multiple angles, like it's a Super Sentai show or something. You were sick most of Christmas. So was I. I'm not joking. I was sick Christmas Eve and Christmas, and it was so cold that at 1 o'clock in the morning I had to boil water to throw on the trunk of my car in 21 below wind chill to get the presents out of the back of my car so I could wrap them. Now Errol in the Japanese version is the best, because she's got her thong leotard and a J-pop song. I do love Tekken 3. I like the aesthetics of Tekken 1 and 2 better, but I love Tekken 3. Tekken 3's got phenomenal gameplay. So this song is totally cut out of the American version, which is really stupid. I kind of want to drag this fight out just so we can hear the song. I have this whole song on my YouTube channel with an Errol fan art. I knocked her hair tie out. Get you. That's cool. When she tries to do her like magic attack, she yells, "Get you!" I almost kind of want to lose so I can just keep fighting her because I like this song so much. Jeez. Good stuff. This character has also got really cool music. It's not as good. That song that Errol was playing was called "Be Fight," but Setsuna's got cool music too. If you were in a real fight, would you drag it out for a long time just because there was a J-pop song in the background? I don't know. It would depend on the opponent. If I had it like guaranteed one, yes. If it was someone I had to be careful with, no. So the American version of this is pretty much a literal translation of everything that they're saying, but it's done in like very clearly spoken, bold English. It's very charming, but it's not as like this is like good anime voice acting in this game, whereas the other one is like cool, bold Japanese English. The next episode of Guardian Angel Setsuna, Feelings. Yeah, the girl back at Danzivar's headquarters likes him. Danzivar. Midori, she's a cool character. To be continued.
あんたみたいなのと戦えるなんてね。それだけでもこの世界に呼ばれた甲斐があるってもんだ。
Hey, Arrow. Merry belated Christmas to you, too.
けどな、誰も戦うだなんて言ってないだろ
はっきりしないね、男だろ。覚悟決めれよ、正義の味方。
Playing some Evil Zone. Japanese version here. Oof. Darn it. Oh, man. That's not good. Man, I'm gonna lose. This isn't gonna be enough. Oh, that did it. So, the cool thing about this game is the lower your health gets, the quicker you can power up for a super move. So, it kind of... It's an interesting way to make the fights more competitive. You didn't get the notification, man. Hurry up, Yuri. Help her out. Kakarine, she's got cool music. I would always go to my friend's house and get stuck at the clone of Danzaivar. So apparently there is a contest you can enter here. But it's only good until March 31st, 1999. So call John Teeter and get in the time machine. Careful, Danzaivar. Danzaivar is so cool. Yeah, like that. Darn it. Got her. Darn it, Danzaivar. careful. Good. I think this might get her. Yes, it did. All right, deal. I hadn't checked my YouTube recs tonight. I wouldn't, if you hadn't checked your YouTube recommendations, you wouldn't have known I was streaming. That is so stupid, man. Did you like double rung the bell, right? Like, you're one of my most loyal viewers. I wonder if YouTube punishes me because I'm not monetized and have copyrighted stuff on my channel. I mean, I'm happy to do the copyright claims. Just I don't want revenue. I just want to share what I love. I mean, I'll take revenue, but I mean, I don't want revenue off something that someone else wants revenue for if it's their stuff. But I mean, I'll take revenue off my original content, but I don't want to have to deal with the whole like having this be a job thing, you know. Galley Vanish Gregman. Hey, Arrow, you're on the East Coast. What time is it? I don't have a clock in the game room. If you don't mind checking. This guy's got cool music. Come on. Gosh darn it. A brawler. Careful here. This should help. Oh man, he beat me to it. Saw. In the American version, he's like, damn! I didn't think I could lose. Man. Come on. That's got to do it. It is 1:30. Yes, I've had the notification pop up. This isn't the first time that this has happened. They're screwing me, man. I do want to show some tapes, because I don't think we showed any tapes on the last live stream. No, did we? No, we didn't. 'Cause we were playing Killer Instinct, and International Channel said the camera froze for like the last 5 minutes because the battery was getting low. We were playing we played like Killer Instinct 2 arcade on the Xbox One, and it was like really fun. And then we played the new Killer Instinct on the Xbox One, which was also really good. And then we just had to stop because it was like late at night, and my phone was getting low battery. AIC, they did such great anime in the 80s and 90s. What's his name? Masari Obuto or something like that. He did the AIC artwork for Fatal Fury, the motion picture. His style kind of gotten more generic. He did some artwork for the new KOF 15, and I kind of wish he had his Gao Kaiser Fatal Fury, the motion picture style, where with the exaggerated cheekbones and the light glistening off everyone's body and giant eyes and sexy girls. And oh man, I gotta be careful here. I always have a hard time with Danzaibar or Yuri and the commanding the Danzaibar robot here. So. Come on, please let this be enough. It is. That was a first. They beat Clone Danzaibar first try. Me and my friend would joke. I would spend like 90 minutes on Clone Danzaibar. Alright, we're going to Ihadoka right now. Here comes Ihadoka. So she's like the bad guy that is crossing all the different dimensions and different forms. Well done, Danzaibar. Let's get her. Yeah, she's strong. Go, 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 go. Power up, power up, power up. That should do it. You don't see the actual hit. It goes to closing credits. It fades to white. So now we just set our controller down and let the goosebumps just start to form here. Nori Wakamoto. You might know him from every anime ever made. Kenny Lauderdale says. Nori Wakamoto was Woodchuck in Record of Lodoss War, in addition to being Sal and M. Bison in Street Fighter IV. It's like Dan Zavar is trying to catch a peek at his two friends there as they're getting medically cleared there. Dan Zavar.
まあ一応ハッピーエンドかな。
Happy end or nah. In the American one, it goes, it is a happy ending after all, isn't it? All right, that's Evil Zone. So, okay, so since it is like 1:30, let's see what we can get going in terms of some VHS tapes before we wind down for the evening. We'll shut off our PS2 here, and we'll have to move our baby chair, our makeshift camera stand with our Hyperkin NES player with Miami Vice colors, and that's acting as our phone stand. So, okay, so we'll just pop our phone down here, see what's going on. Did the ending have vocal credits? No, it did not. There was no credits. Hey, a baby can play Mario Bros. Too. Yeah, they can. In fact, there was Baby Mario. Yeah, so no, the closing, there was no vocal for the closing credits, just that cool kind of Kenny G J-pop saxophone. Yeah, the American version cut out Errol's theme put pants on Errol, and they cut out "Kiss in the Dark" for the opening credits. So, those are three big strikes against the American version, but the voice acting was charming, the gameplay was preserved, and it's still really good. It's a unique experience, but the Japanese version is the best one. But those American voice actors are something to they're fun to listen to. So, um, I don't know if they're American or not. They're English speaking. They're English speaking, directed by the Japanese studio. Okay. So let us zoom in a little bit here. Okay. And what do we got? So we got some Daisuke Asakura here. So we have a Daisuke Asakura performance I taped on YouTube back in 2007, 2008. What Daisuke's up to right now? What is Daisuke? He's got to be in his... Oh, he's got to be in his late 50s. Of course, 50 is the new 40 and 40 is the new 30, so... I say that as someone who just turned 40, so... I mean, I'm definitely the most athletic I've ever been, but, there's still something to be said for the youthful vibrance and stamina of being, just your body just being buoyant. It's funny because when I got into J-pop in the early 2000s, uh, uh, like Daisuke Sakura and Team Revolution were kind of quasi estranged. They never performed together, and they didn't really talk much about each other. And I mean, I remember the first time they performed together was Team Revolution. One of the guys from Kinky Kids had a talk show in Japan, and Daisuke was part of the house band. And so Team Revolution was on that show, and they performed together. And and then not that long after that, Daisuke started making guest appearances at Team Revolution's concerts and stuff. But he was not performing with Team Revolution for probably a good 9 years. Ooh, Class 1993. This is a good song. You really want to You really want a good graduation song? Vitamin C can suck it because class is, where it's at right here. And I say that as someone who graduated in 2002, and so like the graduation song was like my class's graduation song, but it's weak compared to 1993. So this was taped off of Nico Doga. So I taped this off of YouTube, but this video is a Nico Doga one. You can tell because it's got the words flying across top of the screen. Sort of sexy. I actually tried to upload a live Beast performance from Nico Doga, and it was blocked, so what are you going to do? I got one copyright strike. I don't want to tempt fate or anything like that. I hate I just wish people could get warnings before they get a takedown notice, like a year after they upload a video that's been cleared to be, fine to be uploaded. I love this song. It's such a great song. This year, you can't wait for the Sailor Moon, Cosmos, and Mario movie. I didn't know there was a new Sailor Moon coming out. The new Mario movie looks great. I just saw Sonic 2 last night. Santino and I watched it, and it's very good. Those Sonic movies are funny, man. I was actually talking to Vink today on his live stream. He lives in Japan. I said, I heard Sonic Frontiers is doing well in Japan. And he's like, it's like, he said it's hanging in there. He said it's the best Sonic game since the GameCube as far as its sales. And it's been hanging around in the top 30 since it's been out. So, oof. Sonic Frontiers is cool, but I like the linear 2D Sonics better. But Frontiers is cool, I like to see Sonic doing well in Japan, because Sonic really is one of my favorite Japanese creations. I love America through the Japanese prism, because that's what I like about America, is what the Japanese like about America. Plus Sonic's got anime eyes, so he's cool. Oh. Man, this song makes me, makes us all wish that, we had the world and we could just still time. Speaking of which, I don't have my Netflix password, so I haven't been able to watch the rest of Stone Ocean. I'm kind of pissed off. Not that I'm in any hurry to see Jotaro get his face sliced, but... Is that the end of the tape? Something's coming through. I don't know what. That was a live performance. We're gonna get a double dose of 1993 tonight here. Man, this song makes me want to go play Super Famicom and buy an 8mm CD. I don't know, I'm just saying early 90s Japanese stuff. I should try to upload this. Try to rip this off the VHS tape. I forgot I had this live performance of this song. Man, Japanese music in the 90s was like so much better than American music in the 90s. Powerful stuff. What else we got? I taped it again. We probably shouldn't watch this like video for a third time. Alright, I mean, as much as I love this song, you probably don't want to. I mean, unless you do want to watch the music video again. I mean, I'm all for watching like a pretty Japanese girl, like, you know, just frolic on the beach, you know. It's kind of like Video Girl Eye, you know, like the wholesome, sexy fantasy of the Japanese teenage male consumer, you know. Go ahead. All right, let's watch it again. All right, round 3. Here we go. Can never get enough of 1993 right here. Just hoping you don't get blocked. I don't know, man. Like, I've got this video and it's you know, on my channel, so I don't know. Maybe class is pretty chill. I remember the first time I actually heard this song So I ordered a Hey 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 Music Champ DVD off of eBay. So someone from Japan burned a Hey 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 DVD, and I ordered it off of eBay because I was going through like Hey 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 withdrawals, and 'cause I lost international channel, and they had this like countdown of songs, and they were going through all these like '90s songs, and this was on there, and it really caught my attention. And so YouTube was just starting to be a thing. So I looked for the song on YouTube and found it. So, and I apparently taped it repeatedly, so I didn't have to rewind the tape. So, you know what song does get blocked a lot is Hideyaki Tokunaga's. I think it's called Rusty Radio or Broken Radio. I can't remember how to pronounce it in Japanese, but I've played it on the channel before, and I always have to cut it out when my live streams get finalized for their upload. And it's when he's like singing in a bar, and like everyone's just kind of watching him, and they're like in awe. It's like all these like American people like fighting sailors, like stop punching each other and just like watch him sing, and they're like in this daze while he sings his broken childhood radio. It's powerful stuff. So tight. We'll have to heavily feature thumbnails from this in our. Sorry, I should say we'll have to heavily feature clips from this video in our thumbnail for the live stream. Because what I do is I try to like get screenshots from different parts of the live stream and put them in a collage for the channel. There she is now in her sweats and t-shirt, driving all the guys crazy. She's got that like pretty barista look now, as opposed to her just running around in a bathing suit and riding a bike. Class stoically stares into the future on their photograph on the beach. All right, we can't watch this song again. Like, no, I mean, like, there really is. Ooh, it's from Slam Dunk. We got the opening to Slam Dunk here being performed here. Oh, dude, I love Slam Dunk. I love that anime so much, man. I watched that whole anime when Santino was a newborn. I used to just watch it with him. You just sit in his like baby thing, and I just watch it. That is a powerful anime with beautiful artwork, and the music is just off the freaking chain, man. Slam Dunk is the greatest sports anime ever made, and it's one of the best anime ever made. Dude, I started playing basketball like because of Slam Dunk. Like, I wanted to get good at basketball because of Slam Dunk. I started playing it as a hobby because I like that anime so much. Kimi ga suki bato sekebitai. Do sekebitai. I have a whole it's called Eno, like a whole series of music videos of all the Slam Dunk opening and closing credits from this like music video show from Japan. I tried to upload them onto YouTube, and they all just got blocked. Which is fun. Like this, what if I like uploading something and it gets blocked right away, it's like, hey, don't upload this. It's like, yeah, cool, man, whatever. Like, and then it's not an issue. But like, I hate it when you like upload something and like, 6 months or like 2 years later, all of a sudden it's like takedown notice. You got a strike. It's like, what the fuck, man. You said this was okay, and it's been up for years. Give me a chance to take it down on my own. You told me it was okay to upload this. I didn't realize he was saying I want to cry for you. I thought he said I want to die for you, which is a little bit more extreme. Oh man, it's into the tape. Ah well. Good stuff, good stuff. Well, it is almost 2 o'clock. Actually, it is 2 o'clock, so that probably is an appropriate way to end the live stream here. So, all right, guys. It's been fun. I had fun playing Resident Evil and Evil Zone. So it's kind of a evil themed live stream, even though none of those games are particularly evil. So it's 2 past 2, 2:02. All right, good deal. Well, good night, my friends. It was a pleasure, and I'm happy I'm feeling better. I think I was actually still pretty sick on the last live stream we did. So I'm pretty sure I had the flu. So good night, Nintendo 70 and the rest. So good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, so I will be streaming again as soon as possible, and keep an eye out on the channel for just various forms of content, artwork, weblogs, video game reviews, who knows what else on the Noel ComiX YouTube channel. So make sure you've double dinged that bell and all that good stuff. And if you're not watching the live stream now, but are watching in the future, thanks for watching, and I will see all of you in the very near future for more live streaming action on the Noel ComiX YouTube channel. Take care, good night, and bye-bye. See